My son comes home from his mom's house with new expensive sneakers and video games I could never afford. His excitement about his stepdad's gifts slowly fades when he sees my modest apartment. I watch the comparison happen in real time. He asked why we can't go on vacation like his mom's family does. I made up excuses about work, but the truth is I'm choosing between groceries and electricity this month. My lies taste bitter. At parent-teacher conferences, I sit alone while my ex-wife comes with her successful new husband. They discuss private tutors and summer camps while I calculate how to afford school supplies. I feel invisible. My son showed me his stepdad's new truck with all the features. He was so excited, but all I felt was failure. How can I compete with someone who can buy affection so easily? I work 60 hours a week at the warehouse, but child support and bills leave me with nothing. My son doesn't understand why daddy works so much, but we have so little. I don't understand either. My son's birthday list broke my heart. Everything was expensive tech his friends have. I'll work overtime to get one small thing, while his stepdad will get him everything. I'm becoming the disappointment dad. I overheard my son telling his friend that his real dad is broke. The words felt like physical blows. He's not trying to be mean. He's just stating facts that destroy me. My warehouse boss Miguel noticed I've been distracted and making mistakes. He pulled me aside and asked what was wrong. The kindness in his question made me break down right there. I confessed everything to Miguel, the divorce, financial strain, watching my son prefer his wealthy stepdad, feeling like a failure. He nodded like he'd been there himself, because he had. Miguel showed me photos of when he was a divorced warehouse worker too. I was you 15 years ago, he said. Seeing his transformation gave me my first glimpse of hope in years. He explained that working for hourly wages would never close the financial gap with my son's stepfather. You need to build something that works when you're not working, he said. Miguel taught me about logistics profit margins. I was moving thousands of dollars worth of goods daily but earning pennies. I needed to own the truck, not just load it. My first side job was helping Miguel with overflow deliveries on weekends. One Saturday earned more than my weekly warehouse pay. The potential was staggering. I bought my first used delivery van with Miguel's help. The paperwork scared me, but owning an asset instead of just using one felt powerful. My son helped me clean it. My son started getting excited about dad's business instead of just his stepdad's gifts. He'd ask about my deliveries and help with paperwork. The dynamic was shifting. I got my first independent client through Miguel's referral, a small business needing regular deliveries. The contract was worth more than 2 months of warehouse work. I quit my warehouse job when my business income matched my salary. The fear was real, but watching my son's pride in dad's company made it worth it. We paid off my first credit card completely. My son and I celebrated with ice cream instead of an expensive outing. The simple joy felt more real than any fancy gift. My business grew to 3 vans within a year. I hired 2 other single dads from the warehouse. We're building something together instead of just surviving separately. My son chose to spend extra time with me during summer break, not because of gifts or trips, but because he wanted to help with the business. The choice felt better than any purchase. We bought our first home, a modest house, but ours. My son helped paint his room and choose furniture. The pride of ownership beat any rental we ever had. At the next school event, I arrived in my company van instead of worrying about parking my old car. My son introduced me as my dad who owns his business. My ex-wife noticed the change in our son's attitude toward me. She commented that he talks about dad's business constantly now. The respect in her voice was new. We paid off all our debt, every credit card, every loan from the divorce. The freedom felt heavier than any financial burden I'd ever carried. My son understands money differently now. He sees it as something we build together through work, not just something spent on toys. The mindset shift happened naturally. I started teaching business basics to other single dads at the community center. Each person I help feels like healing another piece of my own painful past. Miguel and I are business partners now instead of boss and employee. The student has truly become the colleague. He says I understand clients better because I remember the struggle. We took our first real vacation, a road trip to the mountains. No fancy resorts, just camping and hiking. My son said it was the best trip ever because we were together. My son's stepfather now asks me for business advice sometimes. The role reversal feels surreal but satisfying. We found mutual respect through shared love for my son. We started a college fund for my son. Making that first deposit felt like breaking a generational cycle of financial struggle. He'll have opportunities one never did. My business now employs 7 people, all single parents from similar backgrounds. We support each other's kids and cover shifts for school events. We've created our own ecosystem. I still work hard, but now it's building our future instead of just surviving the present. The exhaustion feels different when you're creating legacy instead of paying debts. My son wrote a school essay about his hero. He described me not as wealthy or successful, but as someone who never gave up on us. That meant more than any business achievement. The warehouse that was once my prison is now just a building I drive past. The same skills that felt limiting there now build freedom through my business. Perspective changes everything. My son doesn't compare homes or gifts anymore. He compares business ideas and dreams now. The shift from consumer to creator happened without me pushing it. We still can't afford everything his friends have, but that doesn't matter anymore. We're too busy building what we want together. Scarcity thinking has been replaced by creation energy. The divorced dad who felt like a failure learned that real success isn't out spending the competition. It's out loving, out teaching, and out building them for your child. Now when my son comes home, he doesn't see what's missing. He sees what we're building together. The comparisons have been replaced by collaborations, and that's the greatest gift of all.